Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Platform Tech, and today I have another video for you guys about my Instagram stories and how I make them. So without further ado, if you are from Instagram, then you're ready for your wild ride of how I edit. And if you haven't seen my Instagram, definitely go ahead and check that out in the link description below. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Okay, so how I edit my stuff is that I take my stuff into Final Cut and then I prep what the story is going to be. So I chose one that I did a while back where my friend went bowling, and so I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now, Instagram stories are only 15 seconds long, so just let that sit in. So I'm going to play. And then bowling alleys are super loud, so I just know that I want to kill all that noise. You can see me starting to slide the video. So I think I'm going to keep probably around there-ish. I'm not going to keep him coming back all the way though. So I'm going to go ahead and extend this. Yeah, you know, I use a mouse and a trackpad, so it's very, very interesting. So we're going to go ahead. This is 6 seconds and 7 frames long. So I'm going to try to roll past to see when we first start seeing the tracking begin. It's kind of like around here, and then we see the ball go, and I'm like, okay, you know, it's good. He gets his little trot in. Maybe make his trot just a little bit longer to about almost 7 seconds. So that gives us Instagram is a cool 15 seconds that you're allowed to do. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go ahead, press out, drag that in. So we are given a total of 16 seconds. We need to cut it down to 15. So he makes this little strike there. It's down to about 15 seconds. So here I'm going to go ahead and look into the transitions. I think the most popular transition that you guys might know would be a cross dissolve transition, which is that where it fades into the next scene. I think that's the most boring transition that anyone can really pick. So you can pick up other transitional packs. And I want to choose this wavy slide. Wavy baby. See, there you go. Let's go frame by frame. And it locks us in right there. Okay, this right here is pretty boring. If you're just going to be staring at his shoes for almost a second. So I'm going to go ahead, try to chop it up right there, so that way some of it gets compiled with the transition right there. I can already hear my computer starting to like rev up. Yeah, so by then the transition has ended and he's already taking his first step forward. So the next step would be getting it to about 15 seconds. If I push that right there, whoa, sorry about that. And then I push this one out to 15 seconds right about there. So we see him taking his steps, walking forward, the ball rolls, he does his little trot back, get to transition. The reason why it's looking so like blech right now is because of those of you who don't use Final Cut. It's rendering right now, so right here it's 3%, 6%, 8%, 10. I'm not gonna make you guys watch the entire rendering process, but I will be back as soon as it's all done so we can see how smooth it runs. Okay, so the entire thing is done rendering. So now we can just go ahead and watch this smoothly. And then does this little trot. We do the little wave. If you want, we can try to extend the wave out. So, you know, it's a slower transition, so you just know, like, ooh, wow, look at that wave. And stops right there. So, I mean, yeah, you could tweak it a little bit, just being like, oh, okay, you know, you see him go, and we can end it just as he's backing, before he does his little, you know, backward stop. Right there. And if we cut that, that's 13 seconds. And just as a reminder, I never usually set mine to 15 seconds. I usually just kind of like, I'm like, okay, well, if this doesn't work, then like, you know, I'll keep it at 10 seconds. I'll keep it at 12 seconds. You don't have to force it to be 15 seconds exactly. There we go. So next up, the thing that I do is I go into settings, decide if I need to change anything. I don't. Fantastic. So I'm going to slide down into the LUT package, click LUT, grab it, LUT, grab it. And for those of you who don't know what LUT is, it's just basically a colorization pack, so you don't have to change any colors yourself manually. You just kind of have something that's already predetermined for you. You can go dramatic, you can go Badlands, you can go Cold War, Frontier, Startling. That's just kind of like the one that like everybody begins. These are just the ones that like, you know, gets you a taste of what colors are in the LUT package. So for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this for purposes of like the video, making it and giving it a more orangish coloring. Probably go in here, fix the highlights, see if I can try to tweak the midtones. There we go. So the light isn't as blinding as before, such as this clip. You want to try to make your clips look as similar as possible. I mean, that's just kind of as fundamental as it gets, but like, always make sure it goes to the next scene comfortably for the eye. And next up, we're going to change the settings here. You're going to go all the way down to custom and switch 1080 by 1920. So the thing is that I shoot in 4K, which typically means that I won't have any issues with the upscaling resolution. And now if you shoot in 1080p and then do this without already shooting vertically, then like that's a big issue. I just like being able to shoot in 4K because I can upscale it and it'll still look like really good. Like here, it almost looks like nothing was lost because we've upscaled an image that is so high resolution already. So I'll go frame by frame. So we see him coming out of frame, walking into frame, and it's looking pretty good. And let me see. Now then this one, we had to do a little bit better. Just go ahead, scale that just down just a little bit. And then that's the transition. It's looking pretty good to me, man. Alright, so now that I'm letting that render out, I'm gonna go into iTunes and search up some music. Now, if you actually pay attention a lot to my music, a lot of it is
lo-fi. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this into here if it'll load. So let's go ahead. I know that there's a part in the song that I actually very much enjoy. It's actually that part right there. So let's go ahead, cut this, delete that, go ahead, cut this one too, delete this one, so it brings us a lot closer into where we're trying to be. Alright, so I want that right here in the transition between clips, because it'll be a nice little like transitional. You cut this with this, there we go. So if I grab this and move it over, why am I trying to use a trackpad? So let's see. Maybe with some audio. So, alright, let's go ahead, let this render out, and then we'll try to check out how everything looks. Okay, so now that everything has been rendered, we can go ahead and check out the audio. Let's try to reduce it just a little bit so that it's not like, you see those orange little peaks? I'm gonna get them down. There you go. Gonna cut that audio. Go ahead, cut this. Try to fade it out. And bam, there you go. You have your own Instagram story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. Go ahead and export this little bad boy out. See, IG fire emoji here. And don't forget to like set it out in the highest resolution. It likes to do this sometimes where it will always put it down. You always want better quality, and I like to choose web hosting. Or you can go mastering and then totally just like go out the source and try to upload this to Instagram. I will guarantee you it will not be able to to upload. Oh no. So we're just gonna go back down to web hosting, and then we'll go into next and go ahead and put on your desktop. So we're gonna go ahead and render this out, and then we're gonna finish what we start here on the iPhone, which surprisingly you'll still need to do just like two more steps, which is just, you know, move it onto the iPhone and then be able to upload it to your Instagram story. I mean, you can upload it to any phone, but yeah, more than likely I'll show you how to move it right now, because I have this like super quick way, rather than just plugging up a bunch of things, moving videos and doing all this stuff. You can just send it really quickly to yourself without iMessage. Yeah, so I'll see you there when this video is done rendering. I think more importantly, we should remember, ladies and gentlemen, that you want to make sure that the video you're trying to upload is compatible to Apple devices. So let's go ahead and export this to the desktop. Swipe this way, swipe this way. Gotta always make sure it's gotta always make sure it's Apple what what gotta there we go, and it will send. It will send so fast. There we go. Bam, bada boom, bam, boom, bam, beam. You know, you gotta even. I send it to your iMessage. You gotta click it, and it looks beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at this. I'm viewing it. I'm watching it. I'm listening to it, and it's fantastic. So then out of there, you're gonna want to go into Instagram. Not view your own story. Get out of here, messages. You're gonna want to actually go onto your story. Add another one, click that tiny little box, and then bam, click this. Gotta, oh, there you go. And if it looks good right there, you're gonna want to grab a sticker, and you're gonna want to tell them that the sound should be on. There you go. Maybe a smaller sound should be on. Bada boom, and then add that to your story. And there you go. Bam, that's how you create super fire stories. I'm pretty sure this thing took me like 15-20 minutes, but I'm gonna condense it down to like 2 minutes, maybe even 15 seconds, so I can show you on Instagram. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. This has been Platform Tech / Eric Brigham / Eric the Videographer on Instagram, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.